What's going on, guys? Carson here with another edition of Signature Sundays. I believe now volume 10. So we're in box number 28, 29, and 30. Before we get started, make sure to click below so you can see the entire playlist. If this is your first video watching, we've done 9 previous volumes plus a C2 E2 special. So if you like what you see here, you might check out the playlist. I'll link below. Without further ado, let's get into some books. We'll get started with some cool J. Scott Campbell cover goodness. Fortunately, he didn't sign this one, but we do have a double signature by Jason Latour right there, and then Robbie Rodriguez, a nice purpley goodness right there. So absolutely awesome cover on this Midtown variant. So of course, when I got those signed, I had to take issues 2 through 5 with me. So there's issue 2 double signed by the same creators, as well as number 3. And then number 4, I only had signed by Jason Latour because I met him a separate time. So I've met Latour like I think 3 or 4 times at this point. I used to go to Chicago quite a bit, especially when Spider-Gwen was first a thing. I got issue number 5, signed by Jason Latour right there. And then we go to volume 2. So once again, another separate time. I got this one double signed actually. By Latour, and then his colorist Rico Renzi, who actually did a nice sketch for me. I have it on my wall over there, but this one's double signed. I've got issue number 29. Not only is it double signed, hopefully I will put an edit somewhere over there. There is a nice Spider-Gwen head drawn there by Jason Latour as well, because not only can he write, he can draw pretty well. I think he did, which one? Southern Bastards, I think, with Jason Aaron. Hopefully that's the right one. If not, I'll just put a correction in the thing below there. So nonetheless, cool double sign and personalized one there. We got those fun, wonderful Marvel lenticulars that everyone loves to hate. Yeah, see, that's the best I can do. But anyway, double signed. Latour did the top corner there, and then Rico Renzi put his signature there. Here's a really nice cover for issue 24 of Spider-Gwen. This one was a J. Scott Campbell store exclusive. So luckily, I think I got this one when he had his singles sale. So I just found a bunch of extras, sold them on his website. Actually, this is like the only one I've rebagged and took in the seal off of it. Actually came with a COA for the J. Scott Campbell signature, which is right there in bright pink. But it's also, I took it out of the bag to get it double signed by Rico Renzi and Jason Latour. And then I believe the last Spider-Gwen, finally, we got a Latour signature on this Paris Comic-Con variant. So, there you go. Lots of Spider-Gwen. Alright, next up, we've got Ash Machko, which I apologize for that pronunciation, and Ashley Witter on a Squires number 1. Awesome, cool gold signatures right there. They usually go to C2, E2 every single year. I think if you watch Chuckload of Comics, they also have a Squires board game now. So definitely have to check that out sometime. It sounds super weird and super interesting at the same time. Here's some covers I'm surprised I don't see more of out there. I've got the Star Wars, the last Star Wars run from Dark Horse, written by Brian Wood, but the covers were all done by Alex Ross, and they are some phenomenal covers. But I decided to get the first 4 signed by Brian Wood, so that's his signature right there. And then there's issue 3, signature by Brian Wood. Same thing on number 2, except it's just right in the header there because I don't think he had a silver Sharpie. And then probably my favorite cover that came out of the whole bunch. This is the Star Wars number 1. I think this is some sort of retailer incentive. I'm not sure at this point. But just a very awesome Alex Ross cover. If I ever meet Alex Ross again, I'll probably take this one with me. But for now, at least I got signed by Brian Wood. And then I've got this one signed by Brian Wood as well. This is a GameStop exclusive, so it's like the Power Up Rewards exclusive, I guess. So if you guys had one of the pro memberships, what do they call it now? You can cash in your points. For a while, they had a bunch of comic books you could get. So this was one of them. Funny story about this one, though. I actually cashed it in and got 2 of them. I got both of them signed by Brian Wood. And last Christmas on the Great Legends channel, we had the Heroes Initiative auction, and David from Beyond the Blast Doors won a lot from me. So I decided to throw a couple of books in as an AOK to him because I really like his content, and my duplicate of this was one of them. And it turned out David from Beyond the Blast Doors AOK'd that package to somebody else. Whoever somebody else was got AOK'd this nice Star Wars book too. So kind of a funny story there. Here we've got Star Wars Shattered Empire. This one is signed in gold by Wicket there by Marco Cacchetto. Got that last year, or 2018 C2E2. So very nice signature from him on there. Here's a random one. We've got Steel issue 7. Who doesn't love them? Some good 90s awesomeness. This was some early work by Humberto Ramos, though, so I decided to get him to sign it a few years back. It's a cool Worlds Collide Milestone DC crossover. So love this crossover as a kid. Don't hear near enough about those Milestone characters. Here we've got Steel number 34. I like the cover, so I decided to get it signed by Priest last year at C2E2. And he was very friendly. He loved the fact that, someone actually brought a copy of Steel for him to sign, because he feels like, like I do, Steel doesn't get enough love. So he was basically telling me how basically DC editorial just told him to make an African American version of Superman. So that's what they did. They have their own kind of version of Lois and everything in this book. So he was kind of giving me the details on that. Next up, another cool cover you don't see around too often. This is Street Fighter issue 2 from the Image run. Got it signed right there by J. Scott Campbell. So just an awesome cover there. I think it's the only one I've seen. I don't know if he's done some for art books and stuff, but I really like that cover. And wrapping up this box, I got this Suicide Squad number 1. I believe this is a Cincinnati Comic Expo variant. To get this, you had to buy the color, and then you qualified to get the black and white. Well, the color one I got signed too. I just gave it to my brother as a gift. But this particular one, Jason Fabok was at this con. So I decided to go ahead and just get him to sign it while we were there. So I thought that was awesome. Next up, got to talk about my boy Connor Kent. Unfortunately, there's one issue I couldn't find. So if you guys, I don't know if you guys have ever had that issue of a comic, you have it in your collection, you've had it for a long time, and then you go to look for it, and it's not there for some reason. So currently looking for one issue out of this whole lot that I collected a signature on way back when. So hopefully you'll see that before the series is up. But nonetheless, I got Superboy number 1. Awesome Tom Grummett signature. One of my favorite creators I've ever met. Met him last year, Cincinnati Comic Expo. Basically, as soon as he was announced, I bought a ticket immediately. And he has a beautiful signature there. He signed them all in cool blue. So there's issue 1. Got an issue 2 right here, also signed by Grummett. It took me a long time as a kid to actually track this one down. I had to go to a swap meet just to find it because I didn't actually know local shops existed yet. Like issue 1, I think I found it like a Walmart or something like that. And then this next issue I also found probably at a Walmart or a gas station. So I'm like, man, I got to get an issue 2. But there's issue 3, signatures at the bottom. Then, unfortunately, we skip all the way to issue number 8. I just like the way Tom Grummett signed it, like right in that little swoosh he drew on the cover. So really nice signature placement there. And then issue 10, we skipped to that one, also signed by Humberto Ramos. I don't know where my issue 9 is at, and it's driving me crazy. I have that, and I think I had a copy of Impulse number 1. I also got signed by Ramos, and I have no clue where they would be at. They're not under Impulse. They're not under Superboy. So hopefully I find them, because I got 10 more boxes to go after today's haul, basically. So hopefully they turn up. And then the last Superboy we've got Superboy issue 20. This one is signed by Daryl Banks right on that green part there. I guess there's a lot of green parts, but at the end of the Hammerhead Shark. There we go. So cool signature. I always like his dollar bill sign for the S for Daryl Banks. So he's a really another awesome creator of me too. Very friendly. Does some phenomenal commission work. Next up, one of my probably my all-time favorite Superman artist, Dan Jurgens, signed this Superman number 50, and this is a busted up copy, but it's one of the first comics I ever had. And look at that. It's our newsstand of the day, so definitely enjoy having this in a newsstand version. I've got this one. I've got the regular version. I think I've got all I need now. I think is the second print direct version, and then I think I'm going to get it graded the second print newsstand variant Ghost book. I've talked about it in the past, so almost have every version of Superman 50. Love it. Here's Superman 74, also signed by Dan Jurgens. Just, gotta love those Doomsday ones. That's kind of one of those books. If I see them for $1 or around that, I buy them every single time. Here we go. We got Superman 166, double signature on the corner there. We got Jeff Loeb signed kind of like right by one of those shoulder missiles there. And at the bottom, we got Ed McGuinness to sign on the kneecap there. So he signed it in 2016 at a Wizard World, C2E2 once again. Here's an iconic cover everybody loves. We got Superman 204. This one is signed by Brian Azzarello. Absolutely love that cover. If I ever meet Jim Lee again, which will probably be very difficult to do, so he's very popular. Wouldn't mind getting a signature on that. And then 205, beautiful Michael Turner cover signed by Brian Azzarello. Great signature placement there where the sun cascades over the earth. So really like that cover. Then the last box for the day. We've got some more Superman coming up. We've got Superman to 650. This is where they brought back the legacy numbering the first time for Superman. This one is signed by Terry and Rachel Dotson. So we got Terry right there, and then Rachel kind of hit hers down there this time for some reason, but nonetheless, I still love it. And this is actually a really good read, by the way. Probably the best 1 year later storyline of all of them. Well, maybe besides Teen Titans, which is also Jeff Johns, so he's tied for first and second, I guess. Same thing on part 2 of Up, Up, and Away. Got signed by the Dotsons again, so double signed. We've got Superman Action Comics 775. This one is signed in the corner there by Doug Mahnke. Awesome Green Lantern artist, but hey, he did some Superman work as well. Here's a C2E2 variant. Got Action Comics 19 out of the New 52. This one is signed by both Andy Diggle and Tony Daniel. Tony Daniel did this variant cover for the con that year, so you get that cool Chicago skyline with the Sears Tower in the background right there. And then I had it bagged in there. I'll just show it as this box. Found a snapshot number 1, signed by Andy Diggle. I kind of forgot I had this one, actually. Wouldn't mind getting it signed by Jock because it does have some great Jock artwork on the inside. We've got the Super Sons number 1. I actually found this at a half-price books for $1.50. On the bottom, it is signed by Peter Tomasi. So, usually if I see a Sun book for $1 or $2, gotta pick it up. Here's one of my favorite runs of all time, just because it's one of the ones that got me back into comics. We got Superman Batman, this time issue 2, signed by Jeff Loeb up top, and then Ed McGuinness right there. Got a triple signature on Superman Batman number 8, one of my, almost to me, an iconic cover at least. This one is triple side, got Peter Steigerwald, the colorist at the bottom, Jeff Loeb at the top, and yes, I did collect that Michael Turner signature myself, so love having those Turner signed books, one of my all-time favorite artists, so definitely had to Mylar that one up. We got issue number 9. This one was at a Wizard World after 2006, so you kind of notice some people like change their signature over time, so here's Jeff Loeb's signature like in the mid-2000s, I guess, and then probably toward the end, almost 2010, he changed his signature to look like that. So, I don't know, something a little weird, I guess. So yeah, you can kind of tell I got this book signed along with number 9 because his signature is different. It's on the corner right there. But 13 I got signed in the mid-2000s because it has that nice silver signature there, and it's a little different. So, but I did get these signed by myself, and I met Jeff Loeb both times, so I know they're both legit. Here is a really good one. I got Kingdom Come Special, Superman number 1. This one is actually not only drawn and painted by Alex Ross, but he wrote the story for it as well. So there's the Alex Ross signature on the bottom there. Actually, when I met him, I was just I told him how much I like this issue, and I hope he gets a chance to write a comic book again. And he seemed extremely humble and thanked me. And you know, he said he wouldn't mind doing a lot more stuff like this. So unfortunately, I don't know if he's really done anything like that since, but he's at the time at least he seemed to really have the drive to want to actually write and, you know, paint comic books. So maybe one day. Here is Superman Unchained #1. This time it's the We Can Be Heroes variant. So to get these variants, you had to contribute to their Indiegogo campaign they had. It was like a fight hunger type of campaign. So these were extremely limited at the time. And I got it signed by Scott Snyder right there. Met him probably 2013 at a C2E2, or I might have got it at Cincinnati Comic Expo 2017. I've met him several times. Got Superman Secret Origin #1. This is the variant cover. Got it signed right there by Jeff Johns. This is one of those ones that when I had my little stack of books put in front of Jeff Johns, he stopped and looked at this cover, and he told me, he's just like, yeah, Gary Frank gave me the original art for this cover, and it's hanging on my mantle. So I could just imagine this hanging on Jeff Johns' mantle at his house. So I thought that was super cool. Lastly, once again, I got a We Can Be Heroes variant. They actually even threw a little card in there with those. This one's for Superman Wonder Woman #1. Got this one signed by Charles Soule, who wrote this issue. So once again, had to do the Indiegogo campaign to get this issue. So I thought that was kind of cool to get signed. And that is our last book of today. So let's take a look at our totals. So we got a modest total this week. So we've got 47 books and 63 signatures. So the overall total now comes to 695 books, 905 signatures. So maybe by the next video we can get real close to breaking 1,000 signatures, because we got 10 boxes to go. So we're getting to the nitty gritty of what I actually got stored behind me and in that closet over there. So and then after that we'll think about tackling the wall. But other than that, thank you guys once again. Hopefully you're enjoying the Signature Sunday series. Definitely make sure, hit that playlist below, go back and watch the previous ones if you like what you saw here in this video. And until next time, guys, have a wonderful rest of your week.